You couldn't think of anywhere better to have World Cassowary Day than Kuranda, except maybe the Cassowary Coast. But I'm informed that, of course, that's going to be the next stop for next year. This is a really important cause because, as we know, there are fewer than 1,000 cassowaries left in the wild. In fact, there are fewer cassowaries in the wild than we see giant pandas. Of course, that is an issue that people are very, very aware of right around the globe, but very few people are aware of the plight of the cassowary. As a species, they've had a lot to contend with our recent natural disasters, and particularly the destruction of their own habitat. But of course, the thing that humans can be most aware of is the impact that we're having on their environment. So whether it's human encroachment on their habitat, whether it's sadly road deaths, where people aren't paying enough attention on the roads to see where cassowaries are actually crossing. These are the things that we actually can control. So we've got to do better in that space. It's a responsibility of all levels of government to play their part, as it is for all community members, to ensure that we can continue to see this vital species. In the Cassowary Coast area particularly, it is a very important part of the local tourism industry there, and if we're not protecting this species, not only will we see a very unique species go by the wayside, but we would also see plenty of people's jobs in the tourism industry go with it. Well, I think the government's always got a very important role to play in terms of supporting those agencies which do that. And of course, we've had the Wet Tropics Management Authority, which has always been front and foremost to do the work and support other local tourism operators who, of course, by default, want to continue to support the cause of cassowary survival. What we've seen here from Paul Webster bringing this day together is important because this is the first day. It's going to be a small start, but you have to start somewhere. And if we don't start talking about the survival of the cassowary, we're going to be blinking and we'll be missing them. Well, the indicative figures of having fewer than 1,000 cassowaries is, of course, an indicative figure. And so when we talk about that figure, it could be anywhere between that number of 500 and 1,000. That is great cause for concern. And, of course, it is the responsibility of all levels of government to coordinate their efforts to ensure that we continue to monitor how the cassowary populations are going.